We are checking in now with the DMV. Kevin Schrader, the executive director, is my guest, and we're going to be talking about how the South Carolina DMV is navigating through the coronavirus pandemic. Good morning and welcome to the show.
Good morning. Appreciate the opportunity to spend time with you and your listeners.
Amen.
And viewers.
Oh, yes. How about that? And welcome everybody to my home studio here. So we have the coronavirus pandemic going on, but operations still have to continue in some way. So what is the DMV doing to combat that?
Well, number one, I think it surprised a lot of people to find out that the DMV, of all things, was mission essential. And the reason it is, and trying to get people to understand what it is particularly right now, as people are fighting for benefits and things like that, you can't get benefits without an identification card, whether it's a driver's license or identification card.
Right.
So it was determined that there be capability in all of the counties. And we've also got the same requirement to balance providing the public key essential services and protecting both the customers and the DMV employees. And so what we've done is we've come up with an opportunity to go ahead and maximize the opportunities for everybody. Bottom line is, anytime you go to the DMV right now, we want you to go to our website to look at when the DMVs are going to be open by county, because every county is different. So some counties, every county will have DMV capability at some time during the week, as we try to go ahead and balance protecting the customers and protecting my employees and providing critical services. So in the larger counties, we are combining all the DMVs into a single DMV, and we'll provide access Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Those are our large DMVs. The medium DMVs will be open on Mondays and Fridays, and the smallest ones will be open on Wednesdays. We'll be open the traditional hours, 8:30 to 5 o'clock, and we'll be providing all critical services, except we will not be testing in automobiles. So if you don't have your license right now, I can't put one of my examiners in a car with somebody else. So we'll allow you to take the written test.
Okay.
And if you're a CDL operator, we'll allow you to take the written and skills test. Now, I do have a couple of examiners that are willing to go ahead and test truck drivers, because it's critical that we get trucks on the road to bring us toilet paper and food and groceries and everything else. But they're only available at three sites right now, and they're available at my Myrtle Beach Commons office, Shop Road, and Fort Mill, and they're only available by appointment. So right now, the only way you can get into any DMV is by getting an appointment. And at all of our offices, the appointments are 15 minutes long. And what we're asking people to do, so that we can social distance, is stay in your car until your appointment. So if you've got a 10 o'clock appointment, we'd ask you to stay in your car, stay away from the other people that are visiting the DMV. At 10 o'clock for your appointment, we'll open the front door. We'll allow everybody that has an appointment to come in and visit their customer service representative. We will handle their services, and we'll let them on out. We'll go on to the next 15-minute appointment. But the whole idea is to optimize service to our people. One of the things we're trying to do, and we don't know how effective we'll be at it, but we're going to try to call all the people before the appointment to do two things. Number one, we want to make sure that it requires you to come in to get an essential service. Mm-hmm. So if you are 24 years old, for example, and you say, I'm coming in on Monday to get my real ID, you don't need to. In most cases, if you filed for your real ID, your driver's license for the first time from November of 2010 forward, we've probably got everything you need to order it online. So do not come into the DMV. Order your real ID online if the first time you got a driver's license was after in November of 2010. Now, that only fits into two categories, usually the young coming in for their credential for the first time, and people that have moved in from out of state. And so I don't want you to come to the DMV if you don't need to be there. If you've got any other service that you can do online, we'll talk you through how to do that. The second thing is that we want to make sure that you've got all the documents that you need to get, for example, a real ID. So if you come in and you've been married and you don't have documentation as to all name changes, we're going to tell you what you need to find to come in so that we don't have to turn you around. We would like a 100% pass rate because we have pre-screened you coming in. But we'll also ask you to use our website, SCDMVonline.com, and there's a computer program called Sweet Caroline. If you go through that program, you will know what documents you're required to have before you come into the DMV so that we don't have any turnbacks.
Okay, and let me ask you this now. You are extending the deadline for the real ID. So
no, I'm not.
No, you're not.
But the federal government is.
You didn't do it. They did. Okay.
That's exactly right. I want everybody to know this is a federal law. There's not a lot of latitude in the law except to follow it. And where the latitude said we were going to be fully compliant on the 1st of October of 2020.
Yes.
They've now extended to the 1st of October of 2021. So let me tell you why that's important. Yay!
Thank you.
The problem is, based upon our numbers, if we had straight lined everybody that's coming in, only 40% of the people in this state would have had a real ID by the 1st of October of 2020. Nationwide, we know there would have been 100,000 people a day stranded at airports because they did not have the real ID, let alone those stranded trying to get on military installations or federal buildings. And so what I want to do is I want to make sure that you get a real ID. If I straight line it right now, based upon the numbers we're getting, between now and the 1st of October, only 60% of the population will have it. And I'm going to throw you under the bus if that's okay. The first thing that you told me when we talked was what?
I'm going to go ahead and get mine and beat the rush.
And so she didn't have her real ID. And I surprised her when I was being a little bit of a smart aleck. And I said, I was going to recommend beforehand that you wait until July to get your real ID. And I told her because if she waited till July to get her real ID, she'd only wait 6 hours in the DMV with all her buddies to meet all her newest friends.
Oh, boy.
Well, now you've got an entire year to get that real ID. The sooner that you get it, the better off you're going to be. And if you can get it online, and there are about 1 million people of 4 million population, that have credentials, that can get it online. So I don't need to see a full quarter of the people that need a real ID. SCDMVonline.com. Check it out. Find out if you can get it. Pay your $25. And if you're vain about your picture and you like your old picture, you get to keep your old picture with that new ID.
Okay, got it. Kevin Schwedo from the South Carolina Department of Motor Vehicles. Thank you so much. And your website, once again, where you can get all of this information is what?
SCDMVonline.com. Last thing along those lines. There are a lot of fake sites out there, and they will take your money, and they'll charge you $40 for a real ID by taking your information that you gave them and put it on my website. They'll pay the $25. They'll get you your product, but they're going to take $15 of your money that they don't need to, and you will have just given them all your privately identifiable information. The only official site is SCDMVonline.com.
All right. If I would, I'd give you a fifth.
Boom.
Boom.
Okay, do we get boom?
Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks. Appreciate your time with you.